Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm glad you're here and I really hope you're doing well. In this video, as you can see from the title, I decided to talk about some unknown facts about Istanbul. And I don't know if you have ever been here or maybe you're just planning to visit Istanbul one day. I really hope this video will make you curious about this beautiful city because I love it so much and it has a huge history, and I really think it's one of the places that you need to visit at some point in your life. And by the way, before starting up with the facts, I want to share with you that I decided on making more videos on that topic. I want to share with you some things about like where to eat in Istanbul, where to go in Istanbul, and maybe you can find something special from a local perspective. Yes, there are obvious places where you can go when you're visiting the city, but as a local, I think I can show you more. Istanbul is the most crowded city on the European continent. Officially, at the beginning of this year, there are 16 million people living in Istanbul, but it is believed that with unofficial immigrants, there are up to 20 million people living in the city. Istanbul does get a lot of migration every single year, and as for the reference, in 1950, the population of the city was lower than 1 million, and in 50 years, as the beginning of 2000s, it was already 11 million people living in the city. By the way, the population of Istanbul is more than in 130 countries. I'm sure many of you have heard that Istanbul used to be Constantinople, and this name was coming from Roman Emperor Constantine. But the interesting fact that this city have had many other names such as Byzantium, Augusto Antonina, Nova Roma, which meant New Rome, then it became Constantinople, and just then Istanbul. Another interesting fact that Istanbul have been a capital city of 3 different empires, and they were Roman, Byzantium and Ottoman empires. In the European side of the city, you can see the oldest surviving underground urban rail line. And yes, there were definitely older ones, and this was actually the 3rd oldest one, but this is the oldest one that is survived, and you can actually not only see this rail system, you can actually take a ride from Galata to Karaköy. If you have ever been to Istanbul, or if you have ever heard something about Istanbul, I'm sure you have heard about the Grand Bazaar as well, because it's usually on the top of the tourist list, and I mean, it definitely should be because it's one of the biggest and one of the oldest covered markets in the world. It has more than 60 streets and more than 4,000 shops. Agatha Christie wrote her famous novel Murder on the Orient Express in Istanbul, and to be exact, in Peripalace Hotel that is in Beyoğlu, and yes, you can stay there if you want. So this is the picture that many people imagine when they think of Istanbul, and the tower that is captured on this picture called Galata Tower. Galata Tower was built more than 1500 years ago, and back then it was called Tower of Christ or the Great Tower. The interesting fact is that for hundreds of years, this tower served for different purposes, such as being a prison, a lighthouse, and even an observatory. It is currently open for public. You can visit it, you can go on top of it, and if I'm not mistaken, there should be a restaurant up there, so you can even have a lunch there. Istanbul was built on 7 hills following the example of Rome. That's why Istanbul was called New Rome back in the days. And well, about the hills, by the way, this will be the first thing you will ever notice when you walk around a neighborhood in Istanbul, that there are a lot of hills. It's hard to walk around Istanbul. When Istanbul was conquered, America, Antarctica, and Australia weren't even discovered yet. And for the last fact, I'm not really sure what you're gonna do with that, but there are more than 200 hammams in Istanbul, and to be exact, there are 237 hammams in Istanbul, but only 60 of them are active, so, you know, again, I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but it's interesting, I think. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will share definitely more content about Istanbul, again, where to go, what to eat, so stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video.